welcome to Petrolheads London and my 5 things I love about my SQ5. And I like to do these little videos because I think they just kind of sum up, you know, a bit about these cars. And this one, the first one, is, I'll admit, a bit of a cop-out, but I just love the fact that it does everything it should do. It is an awesome SUV. It is big, it's capable, and that kind of covers everything, you know, in terms of its capacity. So let's go into my proper ones, I suppose. So I'll use that as an overall. So number 1, what do I love? I love the noise it makes. It is, for a diesel and an SUV, it sounds great. Wowee, just, oh, the sound is amazing. For a diesel, is just, okay, it's not quite RS speed, but it's 0.2 of a second different to my V6 F-Type. Number 2, I love the design. I think the slightly lower design, big wheels, I think it just looks really nice. I think Audi have got something at the moment. And I know I say that about Jag as well, but I just think this car design is, it's nice, it's friendly, it's got lovely lines to it. And I just think they've got something really good about that. Number 3 is probably boot space. It has got a ginormous boot. As I said, in other videos, I've got a divider so I can fit my dog in and oodles of other stuff. Number 4 is the back space. So the back seats are awesome. You can adjust them slightly, so they've got a slight recline adjustment to them. There's loads of room for adults in there. So this is truly a good car for 4 or 5 adults on a trip with loads and loads of space. And number 5. Well, number 5 for me is kind of the spec. Really nice steering wheel. It's kind of got everything. And, you know, I don't need for any more. Heated seats, you know, auto off-run thing, whatever they call it for efficiency. Beautifully laid out dials. It's just got all the toys. And I love that about this car. 5 things I hate about the SQ5. I'm going to start with this one. The key. Nobody does keys anymore. Why do I have to put it in a slot? Everyone does, you know, keyless driving or whatever they call it. Basically, you don't have to put it in a slot. A car like this, only because I'm used to driving a car without having to put it and just having it in my pocket. Why do I have to put it in a slot, Audi? I mean, most other people aren't doing this. Doesn't really need it, does it? Number 2 are probably just some of the little bits of finish. And do you know, I'm really clutching at straws to find things to hate about this car. And as I always say, hate is a strong word. But like, if you look at the dashboard, like the finish here, it's a bit plasticky. And the doors pockets are the same, just at the bottom. But yet then the handles here are all nice and leather, like the steering wheel is. Everything's finished really well. So, you know, little things like that. And actually, one thing I've got here is the aluminium, let me flick this around. The aluminium covering around the centre console, just here, has got a few tiny little dings in it, just because, well, it's going to get bashed around a bit. So it looks really nice, but it's not all that durable. So that would be my number 2. So some of the small amounts of finishing. So that's my number 2. Some of the small amounts of finishing. Said, I'm really struggling to find things to hate about this car. The bass speaker. It's a bit rubbish. It's this sort of round, plasticky thing in the boot. And it's, well, I don't think it does all that much. So I've disconnected it because, frankly, my dog probably wouldn't appreciate vibrating around on the back. So, you know, big, nice, lovely B&O sound system. And they put that thing in the back. I'm not sure why, really. It's just... 4, the glove box gets really cold. As I said, I'm really clutching at straws here. The reason it gets cold is actually a real positive, because you can open a little valve and it blows cold air in it, so you can keep your drinks cold, or your, I don't know, not your ice creams, but chocolate bars, or whatever you probably shouldn't be carrying in the car anyway. I think that's quite cool. To be fair, we even had that on the Golf, but anyway, that's kind of a positive out of my hates. I think I'm going to take it anyway. I've got no other hates. I think that I can't find something to hate. 5th one. These wing mirrors, although iconic in the silver, they're in a matte silver, they tend to mark quite a lot, just with rain and things brushing past them. And I think before they were always a bit shiny. But again, like, it's really difficult to kind of find something to fault it on. This one's even got reverse tilt, so you can see the rear wheel when you're going backwards on the mirror adjuster. As I said, I can't really do 5, so sorry about the clickbait and saying it's 5, but I don't think I've got any. If you guys drive one of these and you think there's something I've missed, please tell me. But I've lived with this car for about 3 months now, and to me, it's really difficult to find things to hate. Most of them are just tiny little nitpick things. I don't know whether actually some of this plastic stuff is an option from new. I didn't buy this car from new, so it's difficult to tell. So, oh, I'll give you one more. This is the center console. You can move it backwards and forwards, which is great, and it's got lots of storage. But when you move it forwards, you can't fit anything in your drinks holder. So what is the point of having it move forward? Or move the drinks holders. But that's it. That really is it. Those are the 5 things I hate about this Audi SQ5. Honestly, guys, love this car. Thank you for watching Petrolheads London. Please remember to subscribe for plenty more videos to come. Cheers.